Welcome back everybody to Orange Track Outlaws. Tonight we are going to customize this pretty old beat up Matchbox Ford F-150. I got some pretty cool plans for this thing. Big tire upgrade, new paint job. I think I want to try and put some smokestacks out of this thing. I think that's going to look pretty dang cool. But had this thing in the junk box. Thought it'd be a pretty cool custom. So I figured I'd get after it. So here we go. Here's our project rolling on in here on our custom hauler. Get this bad boy unloaded and see what we got to work with here. I haven't done really too many Matchboxes, but I do like doing some of these bigger trucks. These can be fun. This one's already got a nice little lift on it, so that should definitely help with the tire upgrade I'm thinking about here. So, got this guy already drilled apart. I'm gonna pull it apart here and see there's not really not a whole lot going on the interior. It's got that really dark blue windshield, so basically just a bench seat on the inside, and that's it. We do have a chrome chassis here. Plastic. We're gonna have to do something about that, and our body here is in at least the paint wise in kind of rough shape, but we'll be getting rid of that here pretty soon. And here is a look at our body fresh out of the sandblaster. We're gonna go into our little wire wheel booth here, clean this bad boy up and see what she looks like, and we'll have to clean it up here with a little soap, a little warm soapy water before we have it ready for primer, and probably hit it with a little bit of degrease or two just to make sure we get anything and everything, fingerprints and all that kind of good stuff, any kind of greases, oils, any leftover dirt, residue, whatever off this thing. Give it a best possible surface for the primer to stick to. So just about got this thing done here. Once we finish cleaning it up with the wire wheel, we'll give it a quick little inspection on casting lines and any burrs around the windshield window, and we'll hit those with a quick file if need be, but we'll see. I think this casting is in pretty good shape for the most part. Not a whole lot there that needs to be done with. So we're going to get ready for paint here, for some primer really. I did have some plastic smokestacks from another car, so basically just super glue those things here in the bed. Should look pretty cool. We're going to hit this thing with some flat black primer. Been having good luck with this stuff lately. It does really good job filling any pits and any kind of blemishes and whatnot. We'll put one coat on, check everything out, and it dries really quick, so we'll be able to see, any kind of issues, and we'll hit it again with a second coat with a little bit heavier, just in case the first coat didn't fill all the gaps and stuff, and I usually don't put it on heavy so it doesn't. So second coat for sure. Make sure it gets filled in. And I thought this was a really cool color for a Ford F-150 from Splash Paints here. It was green jewel, and what we're going to try to do is a little two-tone action here. Kind of like, I was kind of thinking like a green on green, like a lighter green stripe down the middle, two-tone. So we're going to lay this on here with this green jewel and kind of see how that goes. Been really liking these splash paints lately. You don't have to mix or anything, they're ready straight out of the bottle. I think I use about 50 psi or so, and basically just let it fly. Pretty much the same as the other paints and Spectre Flames and whatnot. I do like to go on light, get a good tack coat. There's no reason to be in a hurry or rush it, so we'll go ahead and put on a second coat after that first tack coat dries, and this stuff does dry really quick, so we won't have to worry too much about huge wait times and whatnot. I will wait if I'm going to do any taping or whatnot, I'll let that sit and dry overnight before I do any taping for another color or whatnot. But for these couple coats of the same color, really, you might have to wait 5 minutes or so and let let the new coat rip. It's that fast. So this thing looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and mask off our stripe here, and we're going to go with a darker green. This would be Ivy Green from Splash Paints. So we're basically just going to use that light green jewel for our two-tone stripe, and then we're going to go ahead with this Ivy Green and darken pretty much the whole body and whatnot up, and it should look pretty cool. I think this will look somewhat similar to how some of these older Ford trucks have this look to it. I know that dark forest green was a color that the Fords used for the F-150, and it looked pretty cool. So that's kind of what I'm going for. Somewhat of an old school look to these trucks, but once I get lifted some tires and get them smokestacks chromed out, this thing will start to take shape and it's really start to pop. So first coat through on our Ivy Green, and there's not much of a difference, at least from what you can see here. But we'll start laying on our second coat here, a little thicker. Probably going to go at least 3, and we'll kind of see how it looks from there. Maybe 4, not quite sure yet. We'll see how it goes after the third one, but I'm going to make sure I get full coverage here. You see me constantly flipping and turning this thing, so every nook and cranny possible, inside, outside, up and down, top, bottom, all that stuff. Try to get in everywhere you can, and these splash paints are really good at that. They do spray real well. Now you can get a look at our two-tone body here. We're going to go ahead and apply a little clear coat. You can see I did chrome the stacks out, put some tail lights in there, put some chrome accents on the body, and I did black out the bed. So I think this will be a pretty cool truck once we're done with it. We're going to go ahead and move on to that ugly chrome looking chassis we had here, and it is plastic, and it was basically had that chrome paint on it. So put that thing in a little bit of the super clean, that stripped the chrome right off there. We cleaned it up with soap and water and dried it off, and now we're ready for some flat black primer. I think this is a good look for some of these chassis. It doesn't need to be super crazy on the bottom there. So I got my flat black handled. I did chrome out some bumpers and the grills, and I put a little orange marker lights in there in the front. In the rear here, we did have a rear bumper issue. Part of it was broken off, so I did have to make a new rear bumper. And as you can see, I did put some axle tubes in there to account for my my larger axles on these green light super swamp tires I got. So once I got the axle tubes glued in, these axles really fit for the green lights. They're a little thicker, and they really fit in these tubes really well, and they do give a great look if you're going for that bigger lifted somewhat monster truck looking version here. I mean, that these aren't the huge monster truck tires that you can get in the green light packages. There's usually 2 sizes, and this one being the smaller size, but still very large wheels, and it should make this truck look like a pretty cool roadworthy older school truck. So we've got our chassis about done here. It's pretty pretty basic here. We'll get the lower part of our there's a part of the chassis there that kind of locked the old axles in place, so we kept that in there even though we put tubes in. So we're about ready here for final assembly. We got our chassis ready to go with our new wheels. Those things look pretty good. Not a whole lot going on in the interior. I did take a little of that splash paint green and paint the bench seats, and clean the windshield up pretty good, sanded it down, polished it up, put in some floor polish like usual. So got that thing looking good. And here's a look at our body. We got we got two-tone green, black bed. We got some chrome smokestacks, looking pretty cool. Really like how this thing turned out. The couple coats of the clear coat really make this thing shine now. So we're gonna go ahead and try and get this bad boy back together and see what she looks like all together. So pretty simple assembly here actually. You know, popping that windshield in, since it was factory, didn't have to do any fitting there, that's for sure. Not really a big fan of the blue windshield. I think that does look a little goofy and kind of throws off the color in the interior, but that's kind of what it came with, and I didn't really have anything clear to change it out with, so we'll just go ahead and use it. We'll pop our chassis on here and put some of our self-tapping screws in there, and we should be able to call this thing just about done. Once we get this thing finally screwed together, we'll take a quick look at what we started with here on the turntable, and then we'll get this final project here on the turntable spinning and let you take a look at it from all sides. But I think this thing turned out pretty cool. This thing looks sweet going down the road, in my opinion. So here's what we started with: Matchbox Ford F-150. This thing's pretty beat up and broken. You can see that rear bumper broke right back there. You know, it looks goofy, I think, with the wheels and tires situation here that this thing's got, and obviously it's been played with. Paint's all jacked up, and something's wrong with the rear suspension there. That rear underbody piece that holds it in is busted up. So took her all apart, and this is what we finished with, guys. This is our custom Matchbox F-150 with the chrome smokestacks and the big old lift kit and the big green light tires. Fresh two-tone green on green paint. Got the chrome accents. I think this thing just turned out awesome. This is a great looking Ford. Hope you guys agree. Thanks for watching another custom. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Hit the like button. Drop me a comment or something or two. Like it, don't like it. Let me know. Check out the other customs I got going on. Check out the other Redline restorations. Got a lot of races going on. If you guys like watching races and want to know who the fastest Hot Wheels is, trying to find it. Got a lot of racing. Got a lot of fast cars going. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching another video, and look out for more videos to come. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you.